Hello everyone. Welcome to my YNR 24 spoilers. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Claire's complication. Nick versus Mitch/Matt. Spoilers for the young and the restless indicate that there will be some surprises during the following 2 weeks. Fans may anticipate a matchup between Nick Newman and Mitch Bacall, sometimes known as Matt Clark, from November 3rd to November 14th. Claire Grace Newman's personal life will present challenges in the interim. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. The claim of Mitch Bacall. Let's discuss what will happen during the week of November 3rd before moving on to the 2-weekers. First of all, Sharon Newman believes Mitch to be Matt Clark. Sharon was mistaken for someone else, the man said. At the same time, the man appeared more annoyed than perplexed. Nick is resolved to confront the man after Sharon tells him about it, but it appears that Mitch will keep saying that Sharon is confusing him with someone else. The police cover-up of Sienna Bacall. She attempts to conceal her involvement with Sienna Bacall from the authorities. It appears that she is concealing something related to Noah Newman's accident. When Noah awakens, he tells his parents about the previous several months. But there's a high chance Noah won't be completely truthful, and there might still be some secrets to learn. Claire Grace Newman was asked. Additionally, Claire Grace Newman is questioned by her former partner. She won't like Kyle questioning her about her personal life after that amazing evening with Holden Novak. Kyle needs to come to terms with the fact that they are no longer together. Claire may want to follow Holden's progress. Holden will, however, withhold something from Audra Charles. Additionally, Kyle maintains that Holden had his sights set on Claire from the beginning. She might, however, admit to Kyle that she was the one who went after Holden. Spoilers for the young and the restless. The next 2 weeks. Fans will witness what transpires with the AI program throughout the week of November 10th. Billy Abbott, Jack Abbott, Kyle, and Diane Abbott will band together to defend Jabot. Additionally, there is Matt/Mitch, who might make things more difficult for Sharon, Nick, and Noah. And when Sienna finds out the unsettling truth about her husband, how will she respond? Sharon calls Mitch Bacall Matt Clark after being startled by him. Who is Matt Clark? According to spoilers and updates for the young and the restless, Sharon Newman has more than one reason to be afraid of Sienna Bacall's husband. She names Mitch Bacall Matt Clark after being astonished and shocked to identify him. Who is Matt Clark, and why is she afraid of him? Matt Clark was a dangerous man from Nick and Sharon's past. In fact, Matt Clark delves deeper into Nick Newman and Sharon's past than anyone who didn't watch in the 1990s would have imagined. Nick and Sharon went to high school with Matt, who was first portrayed by Eddie in the 1990s, Russell Lawrence in 2000, and Rick Hurst in 2000 to 2001. Initially, Matt Clark had a romantic relationship with Sharon Collins and a romantic rivalry with Nicholas Newman. As time went on, Nick began to feel something for Sharon while he was seeing Amy Wilson, who just so happened to be Sharon's closest friend. Sharon broke up with Matt to pursue a relationship with Nick because, despite her intense connection to Matt, she couldn't help but feel a developing attachment for Nick as well. Even worse than Cameron Kirsten, Matt Clark was an obsessive stalker of Sharon. Even worse than Cameron Kirsten, Matt developed an obsession with stalking Sharon. When Nick proposed to Sharon in 1995, Matt sought retribution by attacking Nick and raping Sharon. He told Nick that Sharon had placed a child for adoption in an attempt to destroy both of them, but Nick and Sharon remained together. Nick went to confront Matt after Sharon told him that he had abused her, only to find him dead on the ground. Nick was arrested after Matt was shot. He was convicted of murder and sentenced to 15 years in prison. But it turned out that Matt wasn't actually dead. In 2001, Matt came back with a new name and plastic surgery. After having plastic surgery to drastically alter his appearance, Matt returned to town in 2001 as Carter Mills. He made another unsuccessful effort to attack Sharon. He was admitted to the hospital after his accidental collaborator, Tricia Dennison McNeil, purposefully crashed the vehicle they were in. Matt took out his own breathing tube, accused Nick of the murder, and told Nick that he had sexually assaulted Sharon. Sharon was expecting a child at the moment, and Nick thought the child might be Matt's. But after Sharon miscarried, it was determined that Nick, not Matt, was the child's biological father. The startling debut of Roger Howarth, Matt Clark, is still alive. The spoilers for the young and the restless help ardent fans remember Matt Clark's identity. Nevertheless, a recast has occurred and the past tense is no longer appropriate. Almost 25 years ago, as part of an attempted murder frame, viewers witnessed Matt remove a breathing tube and place it in Nick Newman's hands. But in the everyday world, everything is conceivable. Thus, the apparent demise of Matt, now portrayed by daytime veteran Roger Howarth, has been updated for the present period. For reasons that are still unknown, Sharon Newman, a high school girl who dated before falling in love with Nick, has returned. The story of Matt's survival and transformation into whatever the Mitch Bacall persona stands for will soon be revealed to the audience. Unless she has been kept in the dark, Sienna Bacall is aware that her husband's name will soon be revealed. Either her guarded manner will be shown as a facade, or she might develop into a likable character who has been duped. Halloween horror in Los Angeles. Because of Howarth's lengthy tenure on GH, daytime fans were thrilled to hear that he was joining Y&R. According to early rumors, the seasoned actor would be portraying Mitch, a new character. The surprise drastically changes the expected course by having Howarth's character be an undead Matt. A noteworthy continuing story from the 1990s is now projected by this story. That explains why Nick and Sharon Newman are back together. In recent years, Nick and Sharon have been paired in a number of tales. Each provided a way for this once married couple to be married again after they had never done so before. However, that hasn't happened. Depending on what transpires, the current LA story may offer another opportunity or tease. The story device that allowed Noah's parents to be together in a different destination environment was his vehicle accident and severe brain trauma. In 1994, Case and Morrow became members of the cast. About 30 years ago, when Matt made his debut, Sharon and Nick were first coupled. Additionally, the character Howarth, who is currently portrayed, has previously gone by a different name. Matt underwent plastic surgery and changed his name to Carter Mills for another comeback. Noah Newman is no longer a mummy. Rory Gibson, who previously portrayed Nick and Sharon's son, just joined the cast. Because of the serious damage Noah sustained in the accident, which is thought to have been an attempt on his life, the new actor's face is hidden in this recast. Noah appears to be a monster with his head completely covered in bandages, but Matt is the actual one. Kudos to Y&R's costume department for making a mask that resembles bandages and winks like the Halloween mummies seen in many classic Hollywood movies. Preview scenes reveal that Noah's head bandages are being taken off. It will be intriguing to witness the actor in his own role and find out if Noah is aware that Mitch is actually Matt. Matt might have used Sienna as part of a plot to get him to Los Angeles. One of the mysteries of this revival plot is whether Howarth and Braun will be in the cast permanently or only temporarily. Claire's difficulty, Nick versus Mitch/Matt. A storm of secrets, resurrections, and emotional turmoil is in store for the next few weeks on The Young and the Restless. The soap opera delves deeply into a long-buried plot from November 3rd to November 14th, bringing Sharon and Nick Newman back into a web of peril and dishonesty. Fans will witness the startling comeback of Matt Clark, who is thought to be dead for a long time and is currently going by the alias Mitch Bacall. In addition to shaking Sharon to her core, the revelation poses a threat to the Newman family's decades-long stability and rehabilitation. As her blossoming bond with Holden Novak collides with the jealousy of her ex-lover Kyle Abbott, Claire Grace Newman's romantic life turns into a battlefield of distrust and unresolved feelings. Love triangles, identity puzzles, and sinister secrets combine in typical Genoa City fashion to create a complex web of intrigue from which no one will escape unharmed. When Sharon Newman meets Mitch Bacall, who maintains that she has mistaken him for someone else. The drama starts. But as soon as she meets his eyes, past trauma comes back to haunt her. Sharon's gut tells her that Mitch is actually Matt Clark, the violent man who once followed her and left scars that never fully healed. Nick is startled by her fear and confronts the enigmatic newcomer right away. Even though Mitch insists he is innocent, Sharon's concern is only heightened by the underlying haughtiness in his tone and the unsettling familiarity in his manner. Longtime viewers will find this moment thrilling because Matt Clark's shadow has been following Nick and Sharon since the 1990s, and his purported death has always sounded dubious. His emergence now begs terrifying questions. How did Matt get it through? After all these years, why has he come back? And this time, what does he want? The plot shifts to a separate but as combustible plot, Sienna Bacall's desperate cover-up, as Nick investigates Mitch's past. Sienna, who is married to Mitch, becomes involved in a police inquiry related to the unexplained accident of Noah Newman. When Noah wakes up in the hospital, confused and clearly disturbed, the tension increases. He describes bits and pieces of what happened before the catastrophe, but his account doesn't add together. Nick and Sharon sense that he's hiding something important, maybe out of guilt or fear. Sienna appears to know more than she is acknowledging, though, based on her evasive actions. In order to conceal whatever secret she is guarding, her encounters with law enforcement are deceptive and well-planned. Her reticence heightens the tension, whether it is about the circumstances surrounding Noah's injuries or her husband's genuine identity. Sharon starts to lose it emotionally as she struggles to comprehend the return of a guy who previously scared her. The terrible attack that nearly ended her love with Nick decades ago, the deception, and the stalking are all vivid recollections of Matt's previous misdeeds. The flashbacks serve as a sobering reminder of how sinister Matt Clark's legacy really is for those who are just starting to watch. From youthful infatuation to predatory fixation, Matt's preoccupation with Sharon changed in the mid-1990s. Matt was overcome with envy after Sharon chose Nick over him. After having plastic surgery, he returned under the false identity of Carter Mills after assaulting Sharon and setting Nick up for murder. Both Sharon and Nick were relieved by his death, which was thought to be definitive. The ghost from their history now roams freely among them, shattering the tenuous harmony. Nick and Mitch's conflict intensifies quickly. Nick's protective tendencies toward Sharon reappear, rekindling their long-standing relationship. Their relationship has always been based on enduring love and shared suffering, and Mitch's homecoming raises the possibility of rekindling feelings that have been buried behind years of heartache. Others see their renewed intimacy, particularly Sienna, who notices the fissures in her husband's exterior. The truth about Mitch's identity is getting closer to being revealed as her attempts to keep things under control unravel. Every time Sharon sees Mitch, her fear is evident. She becomes certain that the man in front of her is, in fact, Matt Clark reincarnated. As Mitch starts subtly gaslighting Sharon and casting doubt on her memory and sanity, just as Matt previously did, the emotional stakes rise. It's psychological warfare all over again, and Nick is Sharon's lone ally because he knows exactly what Matt Clark is capable of. Claire Grace Newman's personal emotional struggles run parallel to this compelling plot. She's finally prepared to try something new with Holden Novak after ending her romance with Kyle Abbott. However, Kyle's unwillingness to let go interferes with their developing relationship. His frequent questioning of Claire's decisions enrages her, and his jealousy of Holden verges on obsession. She maintains that Kyle no longer has the right to inquire about her private life, but his persistence implies otherwise. Kyle's actions seem like yet another attempt to manipulate Claire, who has previously found it difficult to stand up for herself in the influential Newman circle. Holden, on the other hand, has secrets of his own, including a covert partnership with Audra Charles, who might be using him as a pawn in her ongoing plans. As a result, Claire finds herself caught between uncertainty and desire in a love quadrangle full with dishonesty and suspicion. Her plot in which she is caught between two men, one who truly cares and the other who can't let go of what he lost, is reminiscent of Sharon's early years. The focus shifts to Jabot's corporate frontlines as the second week progresses. Billy, Kyle, Diane Jenkins Abbott, and Jack Abbott unite to protect their business from an impending danger associated with the AI project. The themes of identity, inventiveness, and treachery in this subplot are similar to those in human drama. The AI tale hints at a bigger metaphor, the blurred border between what's genuine and what's fabricated, much like Mitch's assumed persona. A remarkable contradiction between familial loyalty and internal turmoil is created by the Abbott's unity, in stark contrast to the pandemonium. But the question of who Mitch Bacall really is at the center of these 2 weeks. Everything is redefined when it is discovered that he is, in fact, Matt Clark. Roger Howarth's depiction, which combines charm and threat, gives the role more weight. His arrival is a psychological, suspense-filled ghost story that is both a callback and a reinvention. By deftly bridging decades, the program pays tribute to devoted viewers while presenting one of its most sinister antagonists to a younger audience. The moral ambiguity is increased by Sienna's complicity. Has she been a victim like Sharon once was? Or has she participated in Mitch's deceit? Her fear as the walls enclose her raises the possibility that the man she believed to be her acquaintance has tricked and controlled her. If this is the case, her unavoidable encounter with Sharon can result in an unexpected partnership between two women who are both plagued by the same man. Noah's recuperation, meanwhile, takes an unsettling turn. In addition to dealing with the physical effects of his accident, he starts to piece together unsettling memories that imply Mitch might have planned the collision as his bandages come off. The entire Newman family is a possible target due to the terrifying prospect that Matt Clark targeted Noah in order to harm Nick and Sharon. As memories suggest that Noah may have discovered Mitch's true identity prior to the collision, resulting in an attempt on his life, the feeling of dread grows. His gradual realization and potential run-in with Mitch paves the way for an explosive encounter that might resemble the terrible brutality of the past. Sharon and Nick's rekindled relationship emerges as a major emotional theme throughout all of this. Their shared childhood trauma is rekindled by Matt's reappearance, forcing them to face past hurts. However, there is solace amid the fear, an indisputable flame that brings back memories of the love that once shaped their lives. A subtle nostalgia permeates their encounters together, a yearning for simplicity that seems unattainable. It's unclear if this experience will lead to a romantic reunion or just deepen their long-lasting friendship. But one thing is for sure, Matt Clark's return has completely altered their relationship. Genoa City will be in shock by November 14th. Sharon's sanity is at stake, Mitch's double existence is in danger of collapsing, and Sienna's secrets might finally come to light. Claire's relationship with Holden and Kyle has the potential to either free her or plunge her further into emotional turmoil. The dilemma of how to destroy a ghost from your past while he's standing right in front of you, grinning and posing as someone else, remains as the storm preparation. Nobody really remains buried in the world of the young and the restless. The ancient soap opera reality that the past never dies, it just waits for the proper time to strike again, is demonstrated by Matt Clark's comeback as Mitch Bacall.